बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। I am Muhammad Ehsan Chatta, Assistant Professor, Government Degree College, Chichavatani. Dear student of the BSc Physical Chemistry of 3rd year class and 4th year class, let us learn about the Kohlrausch law. In 1874, Kohlrausch law formulated the law of independent migration of the ions based on the experimental data of the conductivities of various electrolytes. This law can be stated as follows: at infinite dilution, the dissociation of electrolyte is complete, and hence each ion make definite contribution to the equivalent conductivity of the electrolyte irrespective of the nature of the other ion associated with it. So, according to Kohlrausch law, at infinite dilution, every ion contributes its equivalent conductivity to total conductivity irrespective of the nature of ion associated with it. Therefore, the limiting equivalent conductivity of an electrolyte is algebraic sum of the limiting equivalent conductivity of its constituent ions. For example, it means that the limiting equivalent conductivity of electrolytes delta naught is equal to sum of the limiting equivalent conductivities of the cations and anion respectively, represented with lambda naught positive cation limiting conductivity and lambda naught minus anion limiting conductivity. However, Kohlrausch law can be stated in terms of molar conductivity as the limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte is the sum of individual contribution of limiting molar conductivity of its constituent ion. It implies that the molar equivalent conductivity of an electrolyte is equal to sum of the limiting molar conductivity of the cation mu naught positive and anion mu naught negative respectively. N positive, small n positive and small n negative are the stoichiometric number of positive and negative ions formed during the dissociation of electrolyte. So these are the two definitions about limiting equivalent conductivity and limiting molar conductivity of the ions that describe the Kohlrausch law. Kohlrausch law observed that at infinite dilution, the difference between the conductivity of the sodium and potassium salt is constant irrespective of the associated anion tabulated below. The molar conductivity of the sodium chloride, potassium chloride, its difference is 21.2 20, that is equal. Similarly, sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate conductivity difference is the similar 21.17. Sodium bromide and potassium bromide 21.20. Kohlrausch law argue that constant difference in the conductivities above pair can be ascribed to the fact that mobility of the sodium and potassium ion in infinite dilution is not influenced by the nature of counter ion. It means that sodium and potassium moving not influenced by the presence of an ion, either it is chloride, nitrate or bromide. The total conduction difference is the similar. At infinite dilution, ion is not influenced by the nature of the counter ion. Ion at such low concentration migrate in the electric field as they are independent. Implies that they show the same ionic conduction irrespective of the nature of the counter ion. Dear student, let us discuss the application of the Kohlrausch law. Number 1, calculation of the limiting conductivity of the weak electrolyte. Kohlrausch law can be used to calculate the limiting conductivity of the weak electrolyte such as acetic acid is illustrated as molar conductions of the acetic acid will be equal to molar conduction of the acetate ion plus the molar conduction of hydrogen positive ion. So the molar conduction of sodium acetate dissociate into the molar conduction of acetate ion and plus molar conduction of sodium ion. Hence, if we want to calculate the HCl conduction total, then we sum the conduction of hydrogen ion and conduction of the chloride ion. If we want to calculate the total conduction of sodium chloride, then we again sum the conduction of the sodium ion and chloride ion. Therefore, conduction of acetic acid will be total conduction of sodium acetate plus the conduction of the HCl, and it is subtracted by the conduction of sodium chloride by जो है वो माइनस by eliminating the conduction of sodium and chloride, we get remaining conduction of acetic acid. Number 2, second application, determination of degree of ionization of weak electrolyte. Degree of ionization of weak electrolyte at particular concentration is equal to the ratio of actual number of ions formed during partial ionization to the expected number of ions formed upon complete dissociation. It is represented by degree of dissociation ion by alpha, which is equal to actual number of ions formed due to partial dissociation divided by expected number of particles formed due to complete dissociation. Since the conduction is proportional to number of ions in the solution, the degree of ionization is equal to the conduction ratio as given below. The degree of conduction will depend upon the equivalent conduction at given concentration and limiting equivalent conductivity यानी equivalent conductivity at given concentration divided by limiting equivalent conductivity will be equal to equivalent conductivity at given concentration divided by limiting conductivity of the cation and sum of the limiting conductivity of the anions. That will be equal to degree of dissociation of the ion of weak electrolyte. Thank you student. Allah Hafiz. See you next time.